and welcome back to our lesson on contractions. So this is day 2 that you're going to be working on contractions. Yesterday we went over the basics, what a contraction is, and how to make a contraction. So no, I'm not wearing the same clothes as yesterday. I'm just making all your videos at once. Okay, let's review quickly. A contraction is just like a compound word, where you have 2 separate words and you smush it together to make one whole word. The only difference is with a compound word, you have the 2 separate words and you keep them as is. That means you don't do anything to the words, you just write them together as one word. Where a contraction, you keep the first word the same, you keep it whole. And then the second word, remember, when it gets smushed together, it karate chops. That means it comes in and knocks some letters out, and you put that little apostrophe up in the air. Remember, that's that little floating noodle. So a contraction is 2 words you smush together, but when you smush them, it karate chops, and that apostrophe kicks some letters out, and the apostrophe is used to replace those letters that are missing. Okay, we're just going to do a quick review. This video will not be as long as the one yesterday. The one yesterday was really long because you've never done contractions, so we have really had to go into depth about it. I hope you were able to do well on your assignments and maybe learn contractions a little bit differently than the way I taught you, or maybe you remember the same thing. Now, you can see my anchor chart in the back, and I wish it was like school where we could just look over at the wall every day, but we're going to try and have to keep that in our memory for the time being. Okay, so I just have 6 separate words up here that we're going to turn into contractions. And these are all ones that we practiced on our poster yesterday. Let's see how we can do. Today we're going to practice smushing them together again, and then my lesson tomorrow we're going to practice pulling them apart, because you need to be able to do both. You need to be able to make a contraction, and then if they give you a contraction, pull them apart to see the 2 separate words. Okay, so I have some words on my little Paw Patrol whiteboard here, and we're going to go through and see how you do. See if you can come up with the contractions as I do as well. So I'm going to tilt this down a little bit so you can see my whole whiteboard. Okay, let's look at the first one. We have I will. So that's the first one we started with on our poster yesterday. I will becomes, let's see. So remember, always keep that first word whole. So if I don't know what I will becomes, I can put it into a sentence. I'll be late for school. I'll. So I don't hear the WL. That must be what the apostrophe karate chopped. So I'm going to put the apostrophe, that noodle in the air. And don't forget, you need to keep the rest of the word. So I will becomes I'll. Okay, let's look at they have. So again, keep the first word whole, they, and put it in a sentence if I can't think of the contraction. They've never been late for school. They've. So I don't hear the H and the A. That's what's karate chopped from the apostrophe. Again, don't forget the rest of the word have. So they have becomes they've. Let's look at we are. So keep we, put in a sentence, we're going to be late. So I don't hear the A in were. That's the only letter that gets karate chopped. Add the apostrophe and then the rest of the word are. Could not. So keep the word could. Couldn't. Couldn't. So the only letter I don't hear is O. So I'm going to keep that N because the apostrophe goes where you karate chop those letters. So now I have the apostrophe because it karate chopped that O out. And then don't forget the T in the word not. Let's look at the last 2. She is. So keep she. She's. Now remember, these 2 is and has are the special ones on our chart yesterday where they're the exact same. So it depends on the context of your sentence. So she is, she's. I don't hear that I, so that's replaced with the apostrophe. Don't forget the S. Last one, he has. So keep that word he, he's. So I don't hear an H or an A, so I replace with the apostrophe, add the S. So we have I'll, they've, were, couldn't, she's, and he's. And yes, I know it does sound kind of funny when you're saying it, I'll, there, were, couldn't. But like I said, contractions are just shortcuts for speaking and writing. So good luck with your activities today, and I hope contractions become a little bit easier every day.